Okay, this is big. I'm talking mom filing for divorce, taking the kids, and charging you an insane amount for child support big. Guys, absolutely beautiful stuff going on with the chart today. Potentially breaking one of the key resistances here, potentially finding that 8200 as a concrete support before we move up, guys. So much to look at. And as well, we do have one more potential downside target. If we would continue to go lower, that still remains insanely bullish, so a lot to get into on that front. And as well, this potential falling wedge that we see clearly on the 1 and 4 hour seemingly might have broke out. You can see some key moving averages also playing a critical part here. Will this continue, and what does this mean? So many critical things to look at on the chart, you guys. Cannot wait. In fact, if we can only hold out for another around 12 to 16 hours until Monday, very similar to the last breakout, this could be huge. So let's get into it. Wow, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for joining me here on this very exciting special update. Potentially what we're seeing is one of the first significant green candles in the last week, and it's a very key area, hugely important support that we've been talking about for 2 weeks now. Okay, this tweet from even last night, if this in fact is a falling wedge pattern, and if we do receive an upward break from it, which we potentially are seeing right now, I do sense there could be a little bit of a pullback in the short term and then continued upside if this does in fact happen over the next 24 hours. The 8200 pullback area we've been talking about for almost 2 weeks will be even more confirmed. Everyone was calling for 75 straight away to the break, but guys, everyone forgot or didn't see that $8,200 level. Absolutely crucial. 4 entire days so far we've spent there, and in fact we're receiving a bounce here. So even if it doesn't hold up, this has been a huge area for the market in determining these weekly and monthly moves. So much to get into, you guys. So very cool. And as well, I actually did want to point out that it seems we got a lot more votes for 3 ledgers. So it looks like what we're going to be doing most likely is 3 ledgers for the next giveaway. Again, this is still open, so if you guys want to continue to vote, there's 9 hours left on this. Because LE Pals are actually really cool. They're a little more expensive, but they're very cool wallets. I in fact don't have one. But guys, so much to get into. As well, if you're new, we have only a few days left until we give away these 2 ledgers on the channel. All you have to do is leave a comment below. And guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, ding that bell. Guys, now before we really jump into all this TA, I do want to state one thing, and that is, in such a key level like we're in currently now, where we see this break potentially going upwards, I do think we're going to see some friction right around the $8,500 level. Okay, and what I mean by that is I do suspect that if we get a little run up, even a little bit more, I do think we're gonna have to come back and it'll most likely even retest on this moving average right here. I think that would be the most healthy and most likely. Okay, we're just talking about most likely. So I don't think we're gonna, from where we are right now at the 84.74, I don't think we're going straight to break 85. I think we're gonna find a little resistance over the next 12 to 16 hours. But I do think that this move could in fact be extremely valid. So let's start here. So this potential falling wedge that we see here, I have it drawn here. Now you might see some things where you see it like coming out a little bit. Let me show you exactly why it's like that, guys, and exactly why we draw lines like that. So when you switch to the daily chart, because this is a pattern that actually goes back an entire week now at this point, when we switch to the daily, you see none of these bodies of the daily actually goes outside this line at all. And when you're drawing patterns, that's completely valid and completely expected. I don't think expectable is a word. So all of these candles, you essentially take a little clip of scissors and you snip them right off. Okay, because these can go by the wayside. This is what's crucial in drawing patterns. Okay, mainly the bodies being inside, and even so, sometimes they do extend a little bit out of it, but this pattern actually looks prime. And one thing you notice, one thing that's very clear right here, 8200, right around this area, right in this zone right here. Okay, we dipped our toes a little bit in here. I'll actually zoom in so you can see just how much we dipped the toes in this area here. Basically, this is the range right here from the 83 to like not even all the way down to the 82. It's like 8209. This whole area here, okay? We dipped our toes a little bit in here, but so far we've been finding a lot of support. Now, everyone has been calling for straight to $7,500 back when we broke out here, back like a week ago on January 19th. Everyone's calling, well, we're going straight to 75, guys. I said $8,200 first, because that, many of you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, that is a huge area. And so far we've actually tested this zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 times in the past 3 to 4 days. Okay, so it's been absolutely crucial. Now, again, if this is in fact a falling wedge, it is likely that we could come back to the 83 one more time here to also test and then break this 85. But right now, things are going up. So you might be saying, Tyler, you know, things are breaking up right now. Why are you saying that we could get a pullback? Just because of the momentum of this, the lack of volume, and certain other factors, I do think that, you know, I don't necessarily think we're going to bust right through 8,500. And in fact, I think it would be a little healthier if we kind of took our time. And even you know, I don't even think it would have to come down to here necessarily, but at least to this moving average, this 21 hourly moving average right here, I think has been key. If we look on this chart, you can see it's actually been very important here, provided a lot of resistance. Okay, when it broke support there, you can see it really broke support. We're just trying to get above this. When it did get above it, you see it held here, and then when it broke, immediately giant candle back down. Okay, you see these massive candle, and then a big breakdown, get above it, and we finally got above it here, right also at the break, or sorry, the very top of this falling wedge, and that's currently where we're at now, essentially breaking straight out of this. Now guys, on moves like this, especially on the lower time frames, I do expect a move back to at least try and touch on this moving average before trying to get back above this. But again, still incredibly bullish overall. This pattern is incredibly bullish overall. You guys know testing the 82 is our #1 most bullish, shortest or smallest pullback zone right here. And that's where we've been spending a lot of time for the past 4 days. Now I do want to see it wait another 12 to 16 hours, but a break here to actually get back to 9,000 and try and test even 10,000 is just optimal in my opinion. Okay, again, this is the key Fibonacci area right here, the golden pocket of this pullback, of this move. Okay, you got the moving average, you got a lot of things going on in this area, and that's why we think 82 is just crucial here. In fact, this is the breakout target of that inverse head and shoulders that broke out on January 6th, okay? This was pretty much like the most important area. This was the tippy top of that breakout. So again, this is, I can't even understate this, this is the most bullish pullback area right here. Okay, this is where it broke out to, right here. And for many other reasons of why this is so important, this is where we are right now. So guys, insanely bullish mode so far, okay? One thing I do want to state as well, if over the next 24, 48 hours we do see ourselves finding rejection and coming back down, 100% before we get to the 75, I think 78, roughly 78.50 is going to play a huge level of support as well. So right around here, okay? It is essentially now the downward sloping top of this descending channel. It is the 78.50 right here, very key support back here, very key resistance actually. It was like the very tippy top of what this initial drop tried to get back to and found a lot of resistance, and then fell and formed that inverse head and shoulders. Okay, that was huge. And we actually broke this. Let me show you guys this. This is actually really important here. When we broke that inverse head and shoulders, we didn't go straight up to 8,500. Okay, we had a little bit of a pit stop. We broke up, and then we essentially found our first major resistance right here, right where that second area we're calling for right now. We found a lot of resistance there, and then we were able to continue up the following day. So it took an entire day to break that, and then the breakout was essentially complete. We got like 50% of the breakout here, waited a little bit at this key area of resistance, and then got the other 50% the next day. And then as well, after that final breakout, we did actually for an entire week consolidate right on this area. We found support right on this area, and then we continued to break out. Okay, so very, very crucial area. And looking on the 1 hour chart, you can see that as well. The 8,500 was just, you remember when we were trading in that very small range for about almost an entire week here? This was one of the areas of complete resistance. So again, where we're at right now, we've been trading in this box. The key to get above it is right here, okay? And that's right around the 85. So if we're able to break and continue and actually test this, if we break the 85, then that is going to be key. And this is in fact the pattern that seems to be forming on the 1 hour. It's very hard to, actually let's go to the 4 hour just so we can consolidate this data a little bit. A lot of people view 4 hours more of a valid time frame. Okay, so for this breakout to really be confirmed, we have this. We actually broke above the 4 hour moving average here, but we do want to get above this 85 to really see some nice heat, and we're not there yet. In fact, you see a little bit of a retracement as we're filming this video. We'll switch over to the 1 hour and see how significant it is. Yeah, it's just kind of consolidating in the same area here. And most importantly, okay, save this for last, most importantly, the actual indicator for a very bullish reversal is still right here. This is the 21-week moving average on the weekly chart right here. So you see also where this happened to bounce. Again, guys, this is why we said the 8,200 was so crucial. All of those things we just said, all of that is true. But if you switch to the weekly, one of the biggest, and everyone will agree with this, everybody that does TA agrees with this, the 21 weekly moving average is huge. And that is this light blue line you see right here, okay? And you take it off the daily, you go to the weekly, and you see this is exactly where it bounced. So if we continue this bounce, okay, we get the weekly close actually within hours here, okay? We get the weekly close here. This could absolutely be beautiful. Okay, we had this break here. Guys, this is so important actually to look at. I should have actually put this at the beginning of the video, but in fact, I might edit it into the beginning because this is just crucial. We had this weekly close here above it. Now we have a bounce here, and now this close is going to be tomorrow. So this weekly close is absolutely crucial to confirming a bullish reversal here. So let me show you. I can just show you in the past when this has happened. Okay, when we were able to break it with this massive candle here, you can see this thing absolutely rode up to here and absolutely went nuts. Now guys, in fact, you do know the descending channel we ended up getting caught into, and you see when we broke that 21, one of the biggest weekly candle drops you see on this chart is right as we broke this 21 right here. Boom, down, tried to get above it, could not find support yet again, and then when we did not find support yet again, these two right here, this one and this one, the two biggest red candles on this entire descending channel, both right as we fell out of this 21 weekly moving average, okay? And to be able to tell you the 21 weekly is crucial for indicating a bullish reversal here. And now if we get this close here, only a matter of hours, okay? The close is right around, we need to stay basically above 8,200 exactly. And currently we're at like 84. If we can get this close here and continue, you see where we got rejection as well, actually the very top of this channel. If we get a close here, I think it's very likely that we actually begin the next week, and then within this next weekly candle, we see the break above this, go back, and it's very likely we could even test 10,000 this coming week if we get a bullish close here. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Exciting stuff to watch on these charts. My good golly gracious, wow, this is exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.